Nigeria's news updates today, May 14, 2025. Central Bank launches platform for Nigerians in diaspora to obtain BVN remotely. Over 20,000 doctors flee Nigeria as house officers remains unpaid in 2025, says resident doctors. Lagos to introduce monthly rent payment system. Tinubu asks Senate to approve 1.7 trillion naira 2025 FCT budget. Oshomole accuses Abati of bias, dares him to a street fight. Nigerians in shock as veterinary surgeon performs surgery with phone flashlight. Summary of the news. Central Bank launches platform for Nigerians in diaspora to obtain BVN remotely. The Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN), in partnership with the Nigerian Interbank Settlement System (NIBSS), has launched the Non-Resident Bank Verification Number (NRBVN) platform to allow Nigerians abroad to obtain their BVN remotely. CBN Governor Olayemi Kadoso described it as a major step towards financial inclusion, enabling diaspora Nigerians to access financial services without needing physical verification. He emphasized that this is just the beginning of a broader effort to create a more inclusive financial system. Kadoso urged banks, fintechs, and money transfer operators to adopt the platform. He highlighted that recent reforms have boosted the remittances from $3.3 billion in 2023 to $4.73 billion in 2024, and the CBN now aims to hit a $1 billion monthly remittance target. The governor also committed to working on reducing the high cost of remittances in sub-Saharan Africa. Over 20,000 doctors flee Nigeria as house officers remains unpaid in 2025, says resident doctors. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors (NARD) has raised alarm over the worsening state of Nigeria's healthcare system, citing a significant brain drain, poor welfare, and unpaid salaries. Over the past 20 years, more than 20,000 doctors have left the country, with nearly 19,000 exiting between 2005 and 2024. NARD highlighted that house officers, key frontline medical staff, remain unpaid in 2025 despite their critical roles. The association condemned the situation as unacceptable and urged the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare to take urgent action. In response to ongoing neglect, resident doctors have staged several strikes in 2025, including in Abuja and at UCH Ibadan, over issues like salary delays and electricity shortages. Lagos to introduce monthly rent payment system. The Lagos state government is planning to introduce monthly and quarterly rent payment options to ease the financial burden on residents, especially low-income earners. Housing Commissioner Maruf Akinderu Fatai announced this during a ministerial briefing, highlighting it as a follow-up to the successful rent-to-own scheme. The new policy aims to make housing more affordable by allowing flexible payment plans instead of lump sum annual rents. The government is currently consulting with landlords and developers to address challenges like enforcement and payment tracking. A pilot program will be launched in select areas as part of the initiative. Tinubu asked Senate to approve 1.7 trillion naira 2025 FCT budget. President Bola Tinubu has submitted the 2025 appropriation bill for the Federal Capital Territory (FCT) to the Senate for approval. In a letter read by the Senate President Godswill Akpabio, Tinubu outlined that 1.7 trillion naira budget focuses on healthcare, job creation, youth empowerment, social welfare, education, and agriculture. Of the capital expenditure, 85% is allocated to ongoing projects, while 15% will go to new ones. Tinubu emphasized the goal of reducing poverty and urged the Senate for swift approval. Oshomole accuses Abati of bias, dares him to a street fight. Senator Adams Oshomole has accused Arise TV anchor and former presidential spokesperson Dr. Reuben Abati of using his platform to express unresolved political frustrations, particularly stemming from Abati's failed bid to become deputy governor of Ogun State in 2019. Oshomole suggested that Abati's resentment arose from his loss in that election and criticized him for hiding behind the media to attack him, offering a challenge to meet face-to-face. Oshomole made these remarks in response to a segment on Arise TV where Abati questioned the move of a former Delta State Governor Ifeanyi Okunwa to the All Progressives Congress (APC). Abati allegedly asked Okunwa whether he sought Oshomole's permission for the switch, a comment Oshomole called disrespectful and misleading, as it falsely implied his influence over party membership decisions. Oshomole also referenced Abati's past, particularly his arrest by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) after his time as President Jonathan's spokesperson, and criticized Abati for not recognizing his contributions to the labor movement. He pointed out that despite leading protests and advocating for workers' rights as president of the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC), Abati failed to acknowledge his role during Labor Day events. Nigerians in shock as veterinary surgeon performed surgery with phone flashlight. A viral post on X, formerly Twitter, has sparked shock among Nigerians after a veterinary surgeon performed surgery on an animal using a phone flashlight due to a power outage. The surgeon was operating on an animal with a fractured femur and responded to online comments by saying, "This is Nigeria," implying that power shortages are a common issue in the country. The incident highlights ongoing challenges in Nigeria's healthcare sector, including erratic power supply, poor working conditions, and low wages, which have led to the migration of health professionals seeking better opportunities abroad. The veterinary surgeon's experience mirrors the broader struggles in the health system, where some hospitals, like the University College Hospital in Oyo State and others across the country, have faced frequent power outages. Social media users are calling for urgent government action to address these issues. Follow for more. May 14th, 2025.